Everyone, my name is Kate and welcome to my life, and this is a bit of a story of how to move on from grieving. The video will be uploaded tomorrow, which will be July the 3rd, which I can't really upload it tomorrow because, family plans and everything for the 4th of July, which means it'll be my grandfather's birthday. And if you guys already don't know, my grandfather passed away 3 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago, or 4 or 3 years ago. I can't remember. This story is basically about him. Ever since I was born, he was basically the happiest he had probably ever been in his life. And ever since then, he treated me like I was his third child, because all that stuff. Okay. And when my parents were filing for divorce, he was thinking and telling my grandmother, Jennifer, that's my mom's name, we're just gonna call her Jennifer from now on. Jennifer's not in a stable condition. She is, and by stable, when I say my mother's in a stable condition, meaning it means that she's busy, she has a really bad temper, especially around me. Whenever, I did something wrong in her opinion, he's saying, Jennifer has already had some stress on her, and if she has to deal with Caitlin, then she's going to get mad. She's probably going to do something bad to her if she cannot handle it. So we'll just take her in. And they did kind of a sneaky way of doing it. And for about 17 or 12 or 10 years, I have lived with my grandfather and my grandmother, both of my grandparents. And my grandfather, he had done his best and did his best to be the father figure since my dad was working, and I got to visit my stepdad every now and then. But when I first entered high school, before we get into the high school thing, 5th grade, he was in the hospital being treated for Agent Orange, which was a chemical that they used in the army to keep bugs away during times of war. He was a war veteran. And he had to go to the hospital for a few days, and he had trouble smoking, and he used to have problems drinking, but he didn't anymore. But he still had a problem with smoking. Then a few years later, he was diagnosed with lung cancer. I think it was lung cancer. And it was from Agent Orange and smoking too much. He had been put in bed rest. He looked weak. He looked frail. I was thinking, maybe the doctors are going to help him. They have a cure for cancer now, and they're going to help him. I had kept my hopes up, I kept my faith up, but then one day, it was 4 days before Christmas. It was December 21st, and I had slept in. It was the day after my mom took me out for some fun time. And I wish I had visited him in the hospital more often. I didn't get to go see him at the hospital, but I wish I did. My stepmom was there, and she sat me down, and she got a text from my aunt saying, "Caitlin, honey, your grandfather isn't going to make it. He passed away." And I felt my soul leave my entire body. I felt the world was crashing down. My heart basically shattered. Even though he was my grandfather, he was the best father figure I'd ever looked up to in my life. I broke down immediately after that. I was hysterical. And that is when, it was also during the time when I tried to help one of my friends who was in a suicidal state. And I'm sorry if I get emotional on this, but I had thoughts of suicide. And the same friend who I was trying to help out of suicide, they were being manipulated and lied to by another one of our friends. Just because she didn't like me or anything, and I I kind of basically went on a rampage, an emotional rampage, and I would go on DeviantArt and make these journals saying, you know what, I had enough of this, I'm gonna kill myself, I'm gonna actually do it, I don't care if anyone says don't do it, don't do it, I'm gonna do it anyways. And I had problems cutting myself and problems with bullying, and it was a hell of a time. It was, and by I don't mean it in a good way. I mean it in a very bad way. And I have recently had a few dreams about my grandfather. There was one dream actually. It was Father's Day, and I was still asleep, and he was there, and he gave me a note. I can't remember exactly what it said, but I think it was on the lines of, if you need someone to talk to, I will listen. If you need uh, someone to come to, I will listen. When you hear a lullaby, that is my song to you, saying that everything is going to be okay. That if when you think about me, that is me being happy that you are okay. And I've had so many dreams about him that it's almost like he's still with me. I'm sorry if I get emotional on this, but he was like a dad to me, like a dad. And he always made me laugh with his jokes and everything. Whenever I needed a laugh or a smile, he'd always make little jokes. And every time I dream about him is either on his birthday, on Father's Day, or Christmas. That is him letting me that's him letting me know that he's okay and that everything's alright now and that he's proud of me. And if he were here right now, he would say, I'm proud of you for everything you're doing, everything you did. Just I still have I've I've had thoughts of the suicide and everything just to be with him, but then I had friends tell me, if you die, then everyone is going to miss you. And I started thinking about that, like, you know, you're right, I still have things in life that I haven't even gotten to do yet. And I kept pushing myself forward. And whenever I had suicidal thoughts or self-harming tendencies, I would stop and think, you know, this isn't worth putting the damage on my body or my health. And with all the hardships that I went through in my life, it's good to know that my grandfather is in my dreams, saying that he's still there and that he knows that everything is going to be okay in the future. My father even had a dream about him, and he was smiling, and he could actually walk. My grandfather couldn't walk for God knows how long. He could walk. He's in a better place now, and I'm glad that he is. I'm agnostic, but he's he's in a better place. It was hard for me to move on from his death, and when he died, I was thinking, you know, this is all a bad dream, this is all a bad dream, but I had to face the reality that it wasn't a dream. Nor was it nor was it a never-ending nightmare. It was something that that everyone has to go through. It's hard, but it's manageable to get through. I think that's all I have for this video. Leave a like if you did. Subscribe for more content. Click the bell to be notified every time I post a brand new video. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time. Stay awesome, stay strong, stay beautiful, everybody. I love you guys.